Hello, everyone. This is Kim Quady with KimPlaysWithPaper.com. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mesa, Arizona. And I just love popping on to share what I've been working on in my craft room. Just hopefully to give you some inspiration and show you some new Stampin' Up! Products and kind of give you some ideas of what you can do in your own craft room. So today I was preparing for a class that I have this evening, and I wanted to try something a little different. I have, with the debut of the new catalog in May, I haven't had a lot of time to play with all of the things. So this special project, I finally got out the pieces, and I am going to show you what I've made and make one with you. I have some extra samples as well. So let's just pop down to the workspace and I'll show you what I've got going on. On page 86 of Stampin' Up's 2024-2025 annual catalog. Hey, Joy, thanks so much for popping on. I should say thanks, everyone, if you're able to watch live. Otherwise, I hope that you can watch the replay. Let me know if you have any questions along the way, comments. I love to hear where you're from, what you're up to. So the party alphabet dies and the party banners dies. Both really fun, brand new products. Buy them as a bundle for a discount. But there's just so many different ways you can use them. And of course, I'm just showing you a couple of ways today. There are just so many options, so little time. But the more time I spend in my craft room, the more I just love these. So here are the dies. You can tell they're just an, hey, Chris, thanks for popping in. Those are all of the banners. Show you how I use those, and then the letters. I put them back, but I didn't put them in alphabetical order. So we'll just have to dig for what I want. But they're large. They're almost I think 3 inches. Let me grab my ruler real quick. So whoopsies. Yeah, about 2.5 inches high. So they're quite significant, about 1 3/4 wide. So you can do a really lot of fun things with them. So I need to put these I'll just leave them because I'm going to need them as we work. So the card that we're going to be making today is this monogram card. Just thought it's fun if you want to make a gift with someone and give them cards with their monogram. I did just a teeny bit of research that it's okay to use your first initial when it's a little bit more casual, and then if you want to use your last initial if it's something a little more formal. But you know what? Anything goes. You can do whatever you want because it's your card and you're making it. So this, the card base is created with the party banners dies, and I will show you how I made that. And then all of the other little pieces are also the party banners dies and then the party alphabet. This color scheme is Secret Sea and Darling Duckling. This designer series paper that you see under here is part of the 2025-2027 6x6 in color cardstock pack. So I'll show you some of those samples as well. So when you make this card, you end up with a letter left over. So for this card, I just used almost the same products, but I didn't make the banner, so you could choose that, put them side by side. It's just kind of cute, something a little different. But I did use the Impressions of Blooms dies, and then if you can tell, I embossed. Hey, Kay, good morning. I embossed that letter with the Eyelet 3D embossing folder. Again, I'm Darling Duckling and Secret Sea. This one was really kind of fun. So this is the crushed curry, Pool Party, totally awesome designer series paper. Some of the patterns on the other side of the turtles are really fun. Hey, Sandy Graves. Hey, Beth. And so then I have our banners again, and then the Pool Party is embossed with the dotted circles, 3D embossing folder. But lots of layers on that one, but another fun example of a monogram card. And for anyone coming to my class tonight at Sunland Village East, this is the one we're going to be making. They'll be able to choose their letter, of course. But we have petal pink, and then again, more designer series paper from that Turtley Awesome, and then balmy blue with the banners. So that's another example. Some petal pink ribbon. And of course, this kind of die cut lends itself, hey Michelle, thanks for popping in. This lends itself to a shaker card. So this is a petal pink, the mixed media florals designer series paper, and then I created a fun shaker card. So if you have, well, anyone loves a shaker card, but kids love shaker cards, so this might be something fun you would want to create for them. And then finally, of my samples, when I traveled to Nebraska for my team meeting, I had these fun little bags, and I it was perfect for a bag of gems, so everybody just got one with their initials. So that's Secret Sea and Strawberry Slush. So there we have all those samples. These cards, as you can tell, have no stamping. So if you do want to stamp something on the inside, you could, happy birthday, thinking of you. Hey, I hope all is well in Iowa, Beth. Thanks for joining today. All right, so I'm going to grab my K out of that and then move these aside, being seems my workspace is clean, but it seems like I don't have any space at all. All right. Then we have all of these banners. To make the base, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth largest. All righty, so that will make that. And so I will need to cut some paper in order to create that. So this is the Darling Duckling. I am starting with a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, just our regular cardstock. And I'm going to trim that at 4 1/4. So I'm just putting it in, measuring the 4 1/4 using that cutting side to create that. And then I do want to score it at 5 1/2 to make the that score. And that's what I love most about Stampin' Up's trimmer, is that the cutting and the scoring are all on the same plane, so you don't have to get out another tool. Then I am going to grab my bone folder here, match up those edges, and give that a good burnish on both sides. All right, so that's flat. So we have that 5th largest banner, and let's bring in the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Hopefully you'll be able to see most of that. I have that all set up. So the card, my fold is here, so I'm going to slip that fold in there. And when you place the die, you want to place it just over the top of that fold. And if you need to, put a little bit of washi tape to hold it down. I'm thinking that maybe if I just put the, and then I want to make sure that it cuts that card base, that if I just put the, I call it a lid, it's not. If I just put the next plate on, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and run that through. Sorry, I want to be sure that it cuts the card base. So this is the fun part about this. So we'll just run it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And when I take that off, I'll take the washi tape off. It did stick a little bit. I probably need some repositionable tape, but I'm going to be putting another layer on, so I'm not too worried about that right there. But you can see I made the card base. There's our card base with that fun banner on it. All right, then we need the next layer, which will be our 6x6 designer series paper. That's the 2025-2027 paper pack. Every year there's a package for the regals, the neutrals, subtles, brights, and the in colors. So there's our Darling Duckling designs, one of them. And then we have Timid Tiger. See if I can remember all the colors. Our Secret Sea. That's what I'll be using today, so I'll have to take that out. Cloud Cover. These packs are really, really fun because they coordinate. Everything goes together. So when you pull these out, you know you're going to be successful. Everything matches. So there's Strawberry Slush. And then there are some other patterns. I love this pattern too in the Darling Duckling. Timid Tiger. Strawberry Slush. Oh, we already did that one. Sorry. Here it is. Strawberry Slush. You get the idea, but it's, and then so these are available in all of the in colors as well as the color families. So I do want my Secret Sea because that's what I use. I could use any of the patterns. So then I'm going to, I wanted it to go this way. I'm going to grab the next largest from those dies. Hey, Denise, thanks so much. So that's the sixth largest, and I'll just scoot that over to the edge and put the next layer on and run that through. I know those jobs get in the way, don't they, Dawn? So then there's my next layer. Again, cutting that banner, and I love that they nest. So it just gives you a nice edge all the way around. All right. I've already, just so there's not as much, you don't have to watch me die cut as much. I've already done the Darling Duckling layer. That was this one. Actually, this one. And I ran it through, so we'll pile that there. But I do want to show you the Secret Sea layer here. So I just have a piece of Secret Sea cardstock. And I've just whacked the camera, sorry, with all the plates. Kind of close quarters here, but so there is my Secret Sea. And then I need my banner piece, and it's this one. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the fifth from the smallest. And then my letter, so I can do both of those at the same time. And then run it through. Try not to bonk everything. Hey, Debbie, thanks so much for popping in today. Thanks, everyone, for joining me. Michigan. All right, we have Michigan, Iowa. I think we're done with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, so I can remove that from my desk. All right, so that means we have our letter, and then inside we have the, oh, that's still stuck on the, and then we have, so you can use that for a different project. So basically, it's just a matter of putting the card together. Then, like I said, there is absolutely no stamping unless you, it would be fun to go ahead and put like a happy birthday or something in the middle, because I did cut another banner with the basic white so that it would fit right in the middle. So all these products, they coordinate. Super fun, so many choices, so many options. And if you need more details, go ahead and check my blog at kimplayswithpaper.com, or get a hold of me if you have questions. If you'd love to order these, this is, I can just see so many options. I had did a Father's Day card that said Dad. That was fun. You can spell quite a few things. You could make a slim line and spell longer. But I like the monogram idea. All right, so then that next piece just goes on flat. That's that Darling Duckling. All right, then I did use a bunch of dimensionals to pop this letter up. Now this is where, if you were going to do the shaker card, this is where you would adhere the window sheet. Then on top of the window sheet, you would layer some adhesive strips, put your goodies inside the shakers, and then place some cardstock on top of that. So that's how you would do a shaker card in a nutshell. That's one of the more intense ones. There are some other easy shaker cards you can make, but with that small space, it was just super easy to put that shaker card together. And I just used whatever little shaker materials I had available. And I really do want to, this may seem like an excessive amount of dimensionals, but I do really want it to stick up on front. I don't want it to sag at all, because that kind of ruins the image of that. I am going to try to cut a few little, I was going to cut, but I do have these little mini dimensionals to kind of fill in those little spaces. So thanks for your patience as I fill this with dimensionals. So, but you can tell how that just will. All right, so then I just find the center and pop that up just right there. Okay, and then with all of the in colors, we have some brand new ribbon, faux linen ribbon. So there is coordinating ribbon for each of those in colors. So this is the Darling Duckling. I have about 9 inches, and I will tie a bow with it and add it to the front. And you can use any of color combinations that you, blue is one of my favorite colors, so Secret Sea, love it. Yes, Colleen, I do love dimensionals, and they're really one of a really reasonable product. You use all of the inside, then you can use all of the outside, so a package goes a long, long way. And then, of course, I need a glue dot to put my ribbon on. And then I'm going to need some gems. I noticed, oh my gosh, you guys, I did not use gems on that one. So I'm going to add some gems. I just have to decide, should I use the Secret Sea gems, or do I use the Secret Sea or the Darling Duckling? I'll have to get those out and see which ones. What do you guys think? So here are, I've used bunches of those and bunches of those. Well, let's just get a new package. Apparently I love these new, they're 20, 25, 27 in color flat pearls. Someone help me. Should I do the Secret Sea Secret Seed. These are the Secret Seed. These are the Darling Duckling. I think Darling Duckling. What do you guys think? Anybody? All right. Let's see. All right. I'm going to go with Darling Duckling. Hearing no further comments. Let's go with Darling Duckling. But you can do whatever you want when it's your card. Thank you, Carol. I'm glad you like this. It's just so fun. I just love, love, love. You know, once I got going with these letters, I like, oh, I could do this. I could do that. And so some people are going to be getting my monogrammed cards in the mail. And then I have a little glue dot for my ribbon. Go right on the front, and I'll trim that. And we are ready to go. So that shows you Stampin' Up's Party Banner dies in conjunction with the Party Alphabet dies. Buy them as a bundle and save 10%. Yes, thank you, Carol. I did Darling Duckling, and I think it looks really fun. All right, let me, in case you popped in a little after I got started, I'll just real quickly run through some of the other samples. That's a treat bag. That's the shaker card. Yes, Sandy, thank you. Another monogram. Well, they're all monogram, just different designs. Hey, Ellie, thanks for joining. Different designs, different ideas that you can use. Again, check my blog at kimplayswithpaper.com or shoot me a question here or somewhere else. Not somewhere else, an email. No, just pick a place. Anyway, thanks so much, everyone, for joining me today. It's been fun sharing. I hope you have a great rest of your day, week, and weekend. And until next time, everyone, happy stamping. Bye-bye.